Chucky is one of the most iconic horror movie characters of all time. Together with other horror movie icons like Jason and Freddy Krueger, Chucky established a unique horror style that scared an entire generation. Excluding its poor sequels, Child's Play is a horror cult classic. During the recording of this video, a trailer of the new film in the Chucky franchise was released, titled The Cult of Chucky. The movie takes place within an insane asylum populated by patients who were terrorized by Chucky. But the most shocking thing about this film franchise is that it combines several elements of real-world serial killers and a cursed doll. Today, we're going to take a closer look at the true story behind the creation of the killer doll, Chucky. Charles Lee Ray was a man who lived a double life. This person, who appeared to be friendly and hardworking, was in fact a serial murderer, and he was a practitioner of the ominous and dangerous religion known as voodoo. One day Charlie meets this woman who he then becomes dangerously obsessed with. Soon after, Charles murders her husband, and then, after feeling betrayed by the woman he loved, he decides to murder her as well. He then gets into a confrontation with the police, and in a last desperate attempt to escape the cops, he decides to transfer his own soul into a toy doll using voodoo. Thus, Chucky was born, and the rest is history. But what is really hidden behind this terrifying story? The killer's name is Charles Lee Ray. This name is actually comprised of many names from real-world killers. Charles comes from Charles Manson, which the character is inspired by. Accused of being the brains behind the murders of several people, he was also known for being an expert at manipulation. He even had, and still has, a cult of followers, highly charismatic and persuasive. The name Lee comes from Lee Harvey Oswald, a former Marine sniper known for being accused of committing the assassination of the American president, John F. Kennedy. And finally, the name Ray belongs to James Earl Ray. He is known for murdering one of the most influential people during the civil rights movement, Dr. Martin Luther King. Charles Lee Ray, or Chucky, is an amalgamation of these three infamous killers. It is for this reason that Chucky is quite proficient with melee weapons, intelligent, and very ruthless, given the fact that he inherited those traits from these three murderers. But where did the concept of the possessed doll came from? Surprisingly, this is also inspired by true events. Once there was a family that lived in Florida. One of the members was a child named Robert Eugene. One day he received a doll as a gift. The doll was actually handmade by a slaved woman. It was rumored that she was a witch who practiced necromancy. The boy named his new toy Robert. Soon after, strange things started to happen in the family home, such as objects being destroyed or moved without explanation. The boy claimed that it was the doll who was responsible. Neighboring people have reported seeing the doll sitting behind the windows at the house, and that when children walked by, the doll's head would move on its own. They could even hear laughter of a child coming from the house. Now the story gets a little more stranger. After Robert's death, the doll was inherited by a little girl, who then claims that the doll tried to kill her. Thus the doll was officially deemed cursed. If you wish to see the doll for yourself, it is currently displayed at the Key West, Florida Museum, where in the middle of the night, you can still hear the laughter of a child. The film creators took the legend of the boy Robert and the cursed doll, and then combined it with the story of the three notorious killers, and Chucky was born. The Child's Play films and Chucky are works of fiction. You know it's fantasy, but now knowing that the character is named after real-life murderers, and that a seemingly harmless doll might have come to life and tried to kill a little girl, makes the story much more chilling than the films themselves. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, assume nothing and question everything.